Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the Olympic final of the men's sevens, Fiji versus France, the defending Olympic champions versus the host nation with a lot of momentum, but can they take down the flying Fijians? In this one, it's going to be an epic contest. We look throughout the starting sides. They are packed with talent, packed with ability. And at the moment, the Fijians, the only undefeated side throughout this Paris Olympics so far. But looking through at their starting lineup, it will be Georgie Nasova, Josefa Talatholo, Osifu Masi, Jerry Tuwai. That man's got so much experience. He's going to be the captain for this game. Can he help them get to a third in a row? Ioane Teba, Celestino Ravatamanda. For me, he's been one of the X-Factor players for the Fijians. It's very hard to deny him a starting spot. And then Josiah Rasangi, I should say. Josiah. His name has been butchered all throughout this competition, but he's the number 13. He's a big bloke, and he's going to be playing in the Fijian starting lineup. For the French, it will be Andy Timo, Ryan Rebage, Stephen Perez-Martin. Once again, they are backing him in the starting side. That is massively surprising to me, because last game up against the South Africans, he had an absolute shocker. He was having handling errors. He was giving away a penalty. And Antoine Dupont made that real impact when he made his way off the bench. So I wonder whether or not we will see Dupont come on at around half-time, or whether they're trying to find that form for Stephen Perez-Martin. In this matchup, Pauline Reva, he will be the captain of this French side. Jefferson Le Joseph at number 7. Antoine Zedar at 8, and then Aaron Grandidier, the last man in the starting lineup for the French. So two sides, like I mentioned, stacked from start to finish. This game is only sitting around 13 minutes away from starting, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's going to be an absolutely awesome contest. Looking through at the head-to-heads that these two sides have played off throughout the Sevens circuit, it's been relatively competitive. Some of the games being close, but every once in a while there's that runaway contest, and you wonder whether or not it could be this one. Because at the end of the day, we're in wet conditions, and that can completely change how sides are able to play. Because if we see that wet condition and the slipperiness and whatnot, it could go anywhere out there on the field. I think it will be too far gone by the time Dupont comes on. But that's the risk, isn't it? Having him come off the bench rather than starting. You're either going to get a guy who is in form, which he is at the moment, but you're going to get a guy in form who walks onto the field while the French have the lead, similar to what they had in the game up against Argentina, or you're going to have him come out onto the field like in the game up against South Africa, where you haven't really secured that win, and he's going to be that X-Factor that can help you get there. But for Fiji, when you look through at their side, there is X-Factor from start to finish in this lineup. It's an incredible team. It's an incredible atmosphere at the game as well. 49,000 in attendance for this match. We have Gadir Razor, unless France tackle Fiji out of the game, says John, and go Fiji gold, says that Fijian guy, and Tosso Veti Tosso, says awkward. And there is one, thanks for live, says Tamaima, and there as well. Now, I will mention there are a few ways that you can watch these games, ladies and gentlemen. We are just doing the commentary, I should clarify, but we are going to let you know exactly where you can watch it. If you're in Fiji, I believe it's on Sky Pacific. If you're in New Zealand, Sky Sport Now. In Australia, it should be on 9 Now. CBC has this game in Canada, Super Sport in South Africa, and then also Peacock in the USA. So quite a few options, depending on where you are in the world. Who won South Africa versus Oz? In the end, South Africa did get themselves the win, 26 points to 19. It was a close game, 19 all after Australia scored a last-minute try, but Dietrich Roche missed the kick, and then South Africa were able to get themselves that try even just a little bit later. Forget the BBC, says Flesh in there, and go Fiji, go listening from Queenstown, New Zealand. And of course, nice early morning start for us in New Zealand, 5:35 a.m. at the moment. Put the ball on the starting lineup to get the ball rolling. Go France, says Zion. And Fiji, it's on Fiji TV, says that Fijian guy. And even Hamish, well, you just keep going. And yeah, says it Steve. So I should mention, Fiji, of course, have got themselves the gold medals in the past at the Olympics, something that France have not been able to do. but this French side have always been thereabouts, definitely over the last 24 months or so. They just seem to be able to keep themselves in contests, bring it down to the wire, and that's when they can either win or lose in those final moments. And Fiji will be the winner. All the love and blessings from Spain, but I'm a born Fijian. Says Pacific Whale there. And go Fiji from Ireland, and let's get it Fiji, says Blues Nate there as well. And trust what's up, says Gary Oak. And white game is late, says Rowan. Well, this game, it is taking place in 9 minutes' time. That is when they are going to be kicking off. Now, of course, before this big matchup, they are going to have the national anthems. Who received bronze? It was South Africa who got themselves the bronze medal. And Tosaviti says Sion, and come on Fiji, says Juan. And there, and also we got the Let's Go Fiji. And come on France, I'm impressed they made it to the final. Fiji is going to be massive to beat. And I should mention, these two sides have played each other already throughout this competition. In the end, for that matchup, it was the Fijians who won it 19 points to 12. So that's a bit of a confidence booster. They are one of the few sides to beat France in this competition. The other side that were the closest was actually the USA. They had a draw with France in their opening contest. We are finally here, guys, excited. Says that Fijian guy, and Tosafiti Toso from the UK, says Kalevi, and say go Fiji, go, says Rowan in there as well. But yeah, this game, as it creeps closer, I do want to know your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think will be winning this game? Is there going to be a massive upset around the corner? France come in as underdogs for this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. And France gave them a challenge in that game, says Awkward Monkey. That is true. And Springbok supporter, but always had the greatest respect for the Giant Island men, says Johan. And South Africa top of the medal table, says JYD. And Fiji all day, every day, says so on there as well. But both sides just about to make their way out onto the park. Who's your favourite here, France? Ayad DuPont or Tosa Fiji? We have got another donation. We have there 50,000 Uzbekistani Som for 50,000 subscribers. Gold medal performance, Hamish, says France. And once again, greatly appreciated for your generosity. Will this game be as close as the quarterfinal, or not the quarterfinal, sorry, but the matchup that we just saw, the bronze final that did take place? 7 points separating them. I could see this game going right down to the wire, maybe even to extra time. Want Fiji as a South African, but I think the ref will win it for France. And Blitzbox go a medal. Oh, not the colour they wanted, says Monet Lagrange. And Hamish, it's unbelievable that the Blitzbox were qualified as the 12th team for the Olympics and now wins the bronze medal at the Olympics. Just shows how unpredictable Sevens can be, says Manus. And well done to Philip Snayman in the Blitzbox. You did South Africa proud. And it'll be aggressive for sure, says Awkward. Yeah, there's gonna be some big shots throughout this game. And I think the big thing for the Fijians is they can't let the emotion of the occasion get to them. But the good news is, because they've got those cool, calm heads of Jerry Tuwai or Sifu Masi, guys who have already won a gold medal at the Olympics, that might be just what they need to settle themselves down. Whereas France, they will come in full of emotion. They've got 60,000 crowd watching on, wanting France to get themselves a win. What streams do you have on the lineups after today? Or on the lineup, so we have got the Women's Seven starting tomorrow that we will be doing on the channel, and also the All Blacks squad announcement is taking place today, so we will be doing that on the channel as well. What was the South African Sevens score? It was 26 points to 19, but the Fijians, they are wearing their black kit here as they make their way out of the tunnel. Massive opportunity. France too classy, says Steve there. They may be classy, but the Fijians, they have got the gold medal already on their side twice in a row. They have been victorious at the Olympics. The crowd might play a part in this match, but the Fijians are such an experienced side. They know how to handle the pressure. All Blacks announcement, what time? It's either lunchtime or in the evening. I can't actually tell you yet because I haven't looked it up yet, but I know it's on Sunday anyway that it will be announced. The crowd, of course, they absolutely love Antoine Dupont. He has been a real step-up player for the French, but he will be coming off the bench in this game. Steven Perez Martin gets the start. The crowd are electric for this contest. In fact, I said that they'd have the national anthems before this game. I don't know if they do get the national anthems beforehand, do they? Or do they have the national anthems afterwards when they do the Olympic podium? I think that might be the case instead. And Hamish is a South African fan. I support France in this game because they're the hosts and they beat in the blitz box. So that's South Africa. We're beaten by the best side in the tournament. And thank you for the wonderful commentary, says Zorian. Thank you very much for being here, France. A very methodical speed that they are walking out onto the field, soaking in the atmosphere, trying to take it all in so that they can then be concentrated in this contest when they do take to the field. But it's going to be a tricky one, that is for sure. They have to make sure that they are clinical throughout this game. Tosso Fiji, Tosso, says CNE there. The women are entertaining, says JYD. And France got the crowd on their side, says Shavik. They certainly do. And Fiji needs to get a good lead before Dupont comes on, says Lilia. And France crowd will be loud and proud when the France national anthem plays. The question is, whose national anthem will get played twice? Because you will get the national anthem when you are on that podium. Are there many 15s rugby players playing sevens as well, says Aneki. For the Fijians, they have got Celestino Ravatomande. They also have Osefo Masi, but he was there at the last Olympics for the Fijians. So that's probably their side of things when it comes to 15s players. For the French, it is just Antoine Dupont. They are singing the national anthems, says Lilia B. They certainly are. For the Fijians, they are undefeated up till this stage in the competition. The only side to be able to say that about themselves, the Flying Fijians. Now they will have the national anthems. This is where we see the emotion of the players starting to flow here. Antoine Dupont, though, off the bench. I wonder how he feels about that, whether or not he did want the start in this contest but wasn't given it. Who knows? What we will do here is we will go like this, and we will go like that as well. But it's going to be an epic one. The national anthems currently playing for these two sides. Not at the same time, of course. They are starting with the Fijians. You can see the emotion on the face of not just the players, but also the crowd as well. And come on, Fiji, says Fleshin. And France are going to eat you up, says Steve Worley. But that's the thing. There is so much pressure on this French side because this is the Rugby Union World Cup all over again. You're a favourite and you're on home soil. But this time, they are considered slight underdogs. Talatolo is in tears at the moment. So is Jerry Tuwai. He knows this might be his last Olympics. So the last chance for him to walk away with a medal under his belt. We have got there, come on, or go on, the Carver boys. Fiji for the win, Southern Hemisphere, says Ethan. And also we've got there, Fiji doesn't back down, and Fiji all the way, says Nasal. And we have also got there, appreciate your unbiased commentary, says Hillary, and thank you very much for being here for this final. This is the final we all wanted. I think that, to be honest, the more requested final from what I have heard was Fiji versus South Africa, but the South Africans couldn't get the job done, unfortunately, in their semi-final when it mattered most. So that then becomes France versus Fiji. But at the same time, I feel like the hosts versus the defending gold medalists has a really good ring to it. And I think that this game is going to be one we remember for quite some time. Is it one that Dupont will remember in his nice dreams, or will it be a nightmare for that man to remember? But the French national anthem being sung by, like I mentioned, around 60,000 in the stands. And I bet my family house on Fiji winning this. When last did they lose, says Katzenel? The last sevens leg. Not in this Olympics, though. They are the only undefeated side at this stage. South Africa versus Fiji would have been epic. And the Union Jack on the Fijian flag is like a dagger to the French hearts. Says Flesh in there, and France defend your turf. Fiji defend your gold. Cheers. Is this the dream final, says Keza? Some people would say that this is the one that they wanted all along. They wanted to see how Dupont would fare up against the Fijians in a final. Dupont to score 2 tries, says Steve. Even though he's coming off the bench. It would be pretty impressive in the final moments. Would have been an absolute steal to be in the final for the Blitzbox. Bronze is a bit of a steal anyway. Proud of the boys, build on it for next season. But the starting lineups for anyone who doesn't know: Georgie Nasova, Josefa Talatholo, Osefo Masi, Jerry Tuwai, Ioane Teba, Celestino Ravatomanda, and also Rasonge Josiah for the Fijians. Then for the French, the host nation: Andy Timo, Ryan Rivage, Stephen Perez, Edo Martin, Pauline Riva, Jefferson Lee Joseph, Antoine Zedar, and Aaron Grandidier. New Zealand losing in the quarterfinals was a nightmare, says Gary Oak. And come on, Fiji, says Ethan. In there as well, but we are now ready to go for this final. It is 5:45 a.m. local time in Fiji, whereas for the French, it is a nice 7:45 p.m. kickoff in front of the home crowd. Let's go Fiji, says Blues Nate, and France 22, Fiji 19, says Ken there, and here we go. Let's go Fiji, says Lilia B. And anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 51,000. Can we say Fiji has gold in the bag? We certainly cannot. This game, Sevens in general, is unpredictable. They have to play well throughout this contest if they do want to confirm that gold medal on the podium. But Stephen Perez-Martin kicks it off for this Olympic final between the sides, knocked backwards by Zedar. In fact, it was knocked on by him, and it is now going to be the scrum feed for the Fijians early on. There will be a lot of early nerves in this match, like I mentioned. Significant moments in this game will determine who gets themselves the victory. This is just one of those ones that you just don't want to miss. Can Dupont take the tackles of the Fijians? Well, he is coming off the bench in this game, so I would say yes, because we did see him take a few of them in the first match when these two sides played off earlier on in the competition. But it's the question of where will Fiji and France be as sides when Dupont makes his way onto the field? When will the women play? They start playing tomorrow, and then the 2 days after that as well. But now, ball is going to be fed in by the Fijians. 1 minute into the contest already, and the ball is put in by Jerry Tuai. Feeds it out the back for Celestino Ravatamunda. He's been sensational throughout the competition, and that is not going to change here. Breaks through 2 tackles, gets his offload away to Osefo Masi. Now Josefa Talatholo on the halfway line. Big run forward for the Fijians. Inside ball to Talatholo, and he will score it between the posts for the opening try of this gold medal final. Josefa Talatholo, take a bow. He needed to step up in this game. One of the more experienced players on the Fijian side, and he has done just that. But Ravatamunda, he needs a lot of credit too for how he was able to run forward in this one. Awananavu Viti, says Nasal there, and try Fiji beautiful, says Lilia. Hopefully you did see my message earlier on, Nasal, as well, about when this game was going to be starting. I assume you did because you are here, but maybe you just found out otherwise. But Josefa Talatholo scores the first try in this contest now. It's going to be kicked over from Ioane Temba, and that will now be 7 points to 0. Disgraceful tackling up in front of a home crowd, says JDB. And also, whether you come on Fiji, says Daniel Watson, and yes, sir, says Nasal. Let's go Fiji, says Sebastian. And that try will give the Fijian side a boost, says Hillary. It certainly will, and they are now kicking this one off. The crowd are booing them. They've kicked it high, slapped back by Grandidier, and nicely cleaned up by Stephen Perez-Martin. Joseph just out from his own 22, driven backwards in the tackle from Georgie Nasova. Now to the short side, Andy Timo, missed tackle there from Ravatamunda, and also missed by Ioane Temba. Good strength shown from Timo there. And Fiji, fly Fiji, flag fly, says Tomasi. Stephen Perez-Martin, skip pass goes out wide to Zedar. Tackled again, almost stripped. That is going to be the penalty for a high tackle against Fiji. A little bit unlucky there. And thank you. Now, you know I always follow you, says Nasal. And the stadium will rock at the end of the game when Fiji get beaten by France, says Zion. How do we watch live? Depending on where you are in the world, will depend on your watching options for this matchup. If you're in Fiji, I believe it is on Fiji TV, someone has said. My TV is behind, says Sohan there. And also, Fiji is too good here for France, says Coding. It must be nearly half-time. Currently 3.5 minutes gone. We are a quarter of the way through this matchup. How's it, Hamish, brother? Well done to the Blitzbox for securing the bronze. I think they deserved it, says Bertie V. But now, Stephen Perez-Martin to throw this ball in. Does go to the middle. Nicely taken by Timo. Of course, the middle of the line out in sevens is just the line out because there are so limited options. And that is going to be another penalty going the way of France. Fiji offside. We have good day, Hamish. You're doing a great job, says Ruth. Thank you very much. Anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Will be too good for overrated Dupont, says Daryl there. And France, you're in trouble, and thanks for the commentary, says Chuck T. And congrats on 50,400 subscribers. Thank you very much, mate. Incredible commentary. Thank you, brother. Oh, buddy, says Kalitza. Looks like France. Steven Perez Martin. He will be taking the quick tap for them. And the home side now back in possession. Nice step from Zedar. Tackled and knocks the ball on. Now big run coming from Josefa Talatholo. He has now knocked the ball on. So France with the counter-attack with Andy Timo. Finds his offload there to Pauline River. Can't get through though, this Fijian defence. On to the left-hand side, Andy Timo up the middle, needs the offload, finds it to Joseph, he will score it now for France. They're back in the game. I don't understand why Dupont doesn't start. He needs to be there from minute 1. Says T7, you are the best commentator by far. You always are totally neutral and always respect the winning side. Your qualities truly admired from Leonard and Loftus. Says Imagination Freaks. But that is a beautiful offload from the French to get it away to Jonathan Lee Joseph. And Timo as well, heavily involved. We have got there Viva France, says Steve. And come on, Fiji, physical pressure always works. And also we've got there, the point is overrated, says Daryl. And also, come on, Fiji. That one has gone over from Ryan Rabage, which will make the score now 7 each in this matchup. We've still got plenty of time remaining in this contest. Of course, Fiji defending their gold medal. The French trying to take it from them on their home soil. Come on, Fiji, says Vishal there. It's going to be kicked off now high by the French. Knocked on again from Zedar. Nice work. Oh, this looks like it might be an injury there for one of the Fijian players. France trying to get into the breakdown and get themselves the counter-ruck. The penalty was going to go the way of Fiji, but they have got the penalty advantage, and now they will go back for it. Okay, there, Vive la France. I'll read my comment, says Lee James Trollope. I will try my best, although the comments have been going extremely quick. We have got there, shrimp on the Barbie, mate, was the comment that he had. I am not Australian, by the way. We have got there, Hamish Fabulous, rocks this planet. And we have got the old flag, France. And come on, France, says Gavin. Looks like Antoine Dupont is not too far away from maybe making his way onto the field. We'll have a whole half to work with if they do decide to make the change early. Certainly has that X factor. But Fiji have some brilliant players off their bench as well. One in particular, Kiminelli Rasaku. He could be the game changer. That's going to be well contested in the air by both sides. So Fiji will get themselves the scrum as it's gone down. We have got their quality comment, says Fluffy. Have you ever been to Loftus Stadium? I have not, no. But I would love to go at some stage. Vanaka Fiji, says Chuck Tees. You're running this year, Hamish, 1,500 metres, says JYD. I am not. I look very similar to one of the runners for New Zealand. Hamish rattled by being called Australian epic. I'm Fijian, I'm so proud of my country, woohoo. And bro, you know every player by name, says Michael. Well, we have covered every leg of the Sevens since the last Olympics. So, you know, we've learned a lot about the players in recent times. But now it's going to be Fiji's ball off the back of the scrum. Jerry Tuwai looking for his next pass here. They have to be clinical, Fiji. They can't afford to make mistakes. That is going to be another penalty going against the French for offside. Quick tap taken by Georgi Nasova, but he wasn't on the mark. Fijians have to try and take the crowd out of this. We have good there cheering Fiji from Vancouver, Canada. Let's go Fiji and Island vs South Africa at the last World Cup, says Geza. And awesome commentary, says Michael Funfurum. Thank you very much, mate. And Tosaviti says Penasoni. And there as well, but Fiji now with Jerry Tuwai going off to the right-hand side. Celestino Ravotamunda tackled on the halfway line. And I was there, says Geza. I'm back across to the left-hand side. Oh, Sifu Masi was almost through, but a great effort coming in from France. Timo crawling forward. It has to be. Oh, I thought it was going to be the penalty to Fiji, but it's actually a knock-on against Timo. But now it's going to be halftime in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. 7 points each in this final. There can only be one winner. This one is at the same points at the end of this game. We will go down to golden point time. Tossa Vetti Tossa, go commentator, go. Says Colin there. Yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to, of course, hit that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated you all being here for these live streams. We have been flying up for subscribers. We're only 75 away from 50,500. So if you'd want to help us hit that goal, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You will get notified of when we upload videos based around the Sevens. We are covering every leg of the Sevens in the future as well, alongside the Rugby Union Pacific Nations Cup for the Fijians, just around the corner for Rugby Union, where they take on Samoa, Tonga, as well as the Japanese. We will be doing all of those games as well. Steak and cheese pies. Sounds good, says Warlords of Mars. And this match is tighter than Hamish getting deflowered, says JDB. And Tosa Vititoso. And also Tosa Vititoso from Sakiti and there as well. But both sides having their strong moments throughout that first half, but neither being able to fully cement themselves as the favourite throughout this first half. Fiji, I believe, still coming as slightly favourites in the second half. Nice tie, brother. Are you going to an interview after this? Bulla from Missouri, says Itoka in there as well. We thought we'd better get dressed up for the final. It's not every day you get an Olympic gold medal matchup. Definitely not in recent history, anyway. We've had to wait. I think it's 2 and a bit years since the last Olympics. They did delay the last one for Tokyo, didn't it? Might have actually been 2021 that one did take place. And Ratu is Tosa Vititoso. And the point is on, says Geza. And also I think France will win. And Tosa Vititoso says Tanya. Fiji got the English coach, says JYD. I think so. I heard Artie Savia sign for Moana Pacifica. He certainly did, giving them a bit more strength. But now DuPont is on the field, ladies and gentlemen. They have decided that if there was ever a time to make the sub, it is now, to see if his X factor can be enough to help help France get themselves the win here. Ioane Teba, he will be kicking this one off to get us back underway in this match. Yes, Fiji, yes, says Viliami. It is kicked off down towards the French 22. Randirie went up for it, and he has claimed it nicely. Here comes Antoine Dupont in open space. He's got 2 men with him. He's going to go himself. Antoine Dupont for the corner. Puts the pass on the inside. That is the Dupont effect. 17 seconds is all it took for that man to change this game and put it in favour of France. Grand Didier is the man who gets the try, but Antoine Dupont gets the assist. Tell you what, that is one of the quickest impacts you will see from a player who's just come off the bench. Bloody hell, catch up PG, says Aneki there. But going to the short side, Antoine Dupont gets the ball, just uses his pure pace. Jerry Tuwai wasn't able to catch up with him. And Dupont, bloody hell, what a player, says Fleshin. And then gets the pass on the inside to Grand Didier. This game alone is going to give me new grey hairs, says Lady. You're doing the Women's Sevens? We certainly are, starting tomorrow for the Women's Sevens competition. Now lining up this kick, Pauline Reva. He has got it over. And that is now going to make the score 14 points to 7. France, a great start to the second half. Fiji, they need to have an answer for that pretty much straight away. But Dupont, he is happy about that one, that is for sure. Grand Didier, that is his 4th try of the tournament. A massively important one. France going to give me a new Garrett Turbo for my Barra. Says Shavik. The kick has not gone 10 metres from France, though. So now Fiji have got themselves the scrum feed on the halfway line. I think the Women's Sevens is a straight fight between New Zealand and Australia. Don't give up, France. Fiji are so hard to beat. And credit to Dupont. Says Cats are now there. And come on, Fiji, fight. Says Lilia. See the disappointment from Jerry Tuwai, who was actually down on the sideline after getting outpaced by Dupont. But now, on the halfway line, chance here for Fiji to counter back. And Fiji will win, says Raimondo there. The crowd jumping up and down at the moment in the background. 69,000 in attendance for this match. Antoine Dupont, match winner for France, is Dino. Yeah, he's had about probably 6 or 7 try assists throughout this competition. The penalty will go the way of the Fijians, but he wasn't on the mark there for Celestino Ravatomanda. Update the score, please. This is the current score. 5 minutes remaining in this contest, 14 points to 7. And Dupont for president of France. And if France wins, Hamish has to dance on the table, says JDB. But now, Jerry Tuwai. Looks like once again Fiji have opted to go for the scrum here. I guess you can do it, says Sakiti there as well. There's a little bit of rain falling, which could bode well for the French later on in the contest. We know Fiji love an offload. Perhaps those slippery ball situations might get them in a bit of trouble. We've actually got another scrum reset here. This has used up a whole minute off the clock. The crowd are not happy about it, but it's going to be effective if this is a time-wasting technique. Fijian coach looking nervous. Kalunisau, the coach for the Fijians. Are you wearing sweatpants or full suit? We are wearing sweatpants. Underneath, we're going to watch the highlights of the Olympics, says LFG. If New Zealand had made it to the final, it would have been on Sky Sport now, but seeing as they didn't, I'm not too sure that that is an option, sadly. They might still show it on Sky Sport now, though. Now, big run forward from Kimaneli Rasaku. Ball bounces out the side. Jerry Tuwai does well to gather it. They've said that's gone forward from Talatolo. I thought that was backwards every day of the week. Oh, we're going to have to see a replay of that one. Let's see. Oh, it's an unfortunate one because I think it bounced forward off his boot in that case. They rattled, says JDB and Tosaveti Toso, says Sakiti there. Show us the game, says Azaz. Sadly, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets me taken straight off YouTube and banned for 3 months. So sadly, we cannot show it, but I can recommend a few options of being able to watch it. Fiji TV is a great option, apparently, for being able to watch this final. DuPont changed the momentum. He certainly did. 17 seconds was all it took for him to help his side towards a lead here. But 3.5 minutes remaining now. Now, Fiji looking for that counter scrum, not quite able to do so. France in position on the halfway line. Pauline Reva goes off to Antoine Dupont again. Puts the pass on the outside to Joseph. Offload to Dupont. He's going to get shut down and crunched there by 3 Fijians who drive him over the touchline, but there's a penalty for not releasing. Dupont takes the quick tap again, going to the left-hand side. Numbers here for Reva. Gets it out wide one more to Andy Timo. It's a 2-on-3 for the Fijians. They have to defend like their lives depend on it here. I told you Dupont will do stuff. OMG, the tackling, says Selenium. Dupont in position again. Gets it off to Grandier. Offload to Dupont. Gets through one tackle. Passes out wide to Jordan Sefo. Jefferson Lee. Joseph tackled. Can't get his offload. Fiji can't get possession. Now close to the line. Jordan Sefo, couple meters out. Andy Timo. It bounces out the back. Another advantage against Fiji for offside. They're 1 meter from the line. Joseph going across. Reva tries a little cross kick and it doesn't really work out, so they will go back for the penalty again, and I believe Dupont has just set go for the scrum. No way France loses this now, says Gels. And what a game, 14-14 please, says Gary Oak, and France has won it, says Gels. And also, my boys, you can do this, says Kitty. And there's Dupont, damn Dupont too good, says Lionheart. And something that Dupont has that heavily benefits him is the fact that for a lot of these guys, they haven't played him a lot. You got to remember, Dupont coming from the union side of things, he very rarely has come face-to-face with these players across from him. So that is the X factor that can bring. It's like when you have a young guy on debut that no one really knows too much about. Jerry Tuwai has stayed down, looks like with some sort of injury here. The crowd are booing. It looks like Jerry Tuwai will have to make his way from the field with an injury. Sounds like Taria Valawa will make his way on. We have got there how long is advantage played. Says Hillary, normally only a few seconds in a game of 7. We have there one more Fiji. Oh no, he's saying he's going to play now, Jerry Tuwai. He wants to play on. That is either the greatest decision he could have made or a terrible one. Because if he gets beaten here, and oh no, it looks like he is going to come off the field now for the Fijians. Fiji pulling us out of Africa. And we're on the field, are we? At the moment, France are 5 meters out from Fiji's line with a quick tap just about to take place. It's going to be extremely hard to defend for Fiji from where they are on the field. And they need a turnover. They just haven't had possession, being starved of it. Flat ball from Antoine Dupont. getting close there. Pasquet dragged down. Dupont goes back across to the right. Reva is going to be a 2-on-1. Great tackle made by Fiji. And it's another penalty advantage. So many in a row against Fiji that they just can't get the ball. Dupont scores the try again. 90 seconds left. That man might just have had his gold medal moment. But that should almost seal this game. We know that Fiji can score tries quickly, but can they get 2 within a minute at the end of this game? Dupont is highly overrated, and his tantrum after this World Cup made me lose respect. Says Nicky, well, he just scored France the winning try in this game and got themselves the assist just before as well. Oh, yeah, there, no, says Lionheart. And Antoine Dupont. The referee has paid. There's no way, says Nick. That one's going to go over. 21 points to 7 now. Again, Dupont again, says Steve Worley. He was celebrating that one with Reva. I believe those two went to the same high school, if I'm correct, or there's some sort of old tie between them. They're now 3 tries. They need 2 converted tries to take this one to golden point. 50 seconds left, and France will be kicking this game off once more. And France get possession, which they do. Oh, Sefo Massi knocks the ball on. And now it will be there for JP Barak and the French Vive la France world champion and gold medal. Now Dupont again passes on the outside to Timo. Only 10 metres out the line. Another penalty goes against Fiji. They've had like 5% possession in the second half. Fiji played tough, God bless, says Pacific Whale. And Fiji will get the silver. They will indeed. Stephen Perez Martin has just realised that there is no remaining time here. The French are celebrating in front of a home crowd. And now they just have one line out to go in this contest. 2 seconds remaining. And we are now going to hear the full time siren. Do France want one more try now that they've been able to win this contest? Or is it going to be game over? 21 points to 7. Rolling maul here for the French. That is something you don't see every day. Another penalty advantage. Dupont with the rolling maul try off the back. He scored 2 in this final. They were 7-all at half time. But Dupont, 2 tries, 1 assist. Just changed this game completely. And in fact, it's changed their tournament completely. Dupont wanted his champion moment, and he's now got it for the French. Dan Dupont and his gold touch, league champion, 6 Nations. The day off definitely cost Fiji. They are a momentum team. Fair play, France, says Fleshin in there as well. But that is the full time siren, ladies and gentlemen. The French win this game 26 points to 7. Their first ever Olympic loss for the Fijians. What's the time right now? The game has come to a close, and France have won the gold medal. Fiji take the silver. They will be gutted that this is the first loss for them. It's been a season and a half, though, for the Fijians. We've got to remember they have not got a gold all throughout the regular season. To make it to the final is still a massive feat for the Fijians, but the French on the day, they have been the better side. They have much more possession, and in the end, Fiji, as hard as they tried, they just couldn't get that ball. And thank you, Fiji team. You make Fiji great, small nation, says Joshua. And then well done, France. Hard lines, Fiji. You were magnificent, but France were just inspired, says Geza there as well. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in to this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more of the sevens. We've got the women's sevens taking place tomorrow. Fiji are my gold medalists. Thank you, Amish. You're the best, says Lilia B. And there as well. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We will have a review of this game coming out in maybe about 25-30 minutes time. So be sure to also check that out. Thank you all very much for not just your support on this stream, but the support throughout the whole of the Olympics. Like I mentioned, tomorrow we are back with another live stream. It will be the women's sevens. And also alongside that, we have got the All Blacks squad announcement that will be taking place in there as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.